You never want it to be a situation where instead of being in the bed, getting it popping and having pillow talk and talking sexy talk, you're crunching numbers and doing spreadsheets. The breakfast table, you wake up in the morning and your husband got the computer out with the PowerPoint. Hey, honey, let's get to work. You never want it to get that overwhelming. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? If you are watching, and you should be, because I got some stuff for you too. It is your girl, Lydia Caesar, aka the Sassy Wife. So today's video topic is very near and dear to my heart. It is the pros and cons of working with your significant other. This is special to me because I've been with my husband for 8 years, and in the beginning of our relationship, we started out the gate, we were working together. He is a recording engineer, I am a singer. So naturally, that's something that we bonded on, music. We were both musicians, both in the industry, and we found ourselves working on records together. I knew we had something special, that we could work together, because we connected on that level. So fast forward, we've been married for 5 of those 8, and we have a business that we run together, and we're both happy. We haven't killed each other. I ain't pulled my hair out yet. He hasn't pulled his hair out yet. He got a lot of it too. So I know that it can work, and I truly do believe that there are more pros than cons. People will always be fast to tell you what to do with your life. Don't mix business with pleasure. That's a bad idea. Honestly, life is what you make it. Situations will work for you if you want them to work. That is something that I have learned. So if you're gonna jump into it, if you're just trying to decide, should I work with my husband? Should I work with my wife? Should I work with my boyfriend or girlfriend? Lydia's answer is yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. The first and best reason to work with your significant other, I would say, is chemistry. Chemistry is something that is so valuable to any business relationship. You want to really get along with your business partner. Let's say you get into business with somebody who on the business side of things is perfect. They're the yin to your yang. It makes sense business-wise. Personality-wise, it may not always gel, and you can have a funky chemistry. It could be weird, it can be awkward possibly, This is something that you do not have to worry about if this is your spouse. You already know that you get along, you already know that you gel well, and then also you have a lot of the same goals. You are aligned. I know for my husband and I, we want a lot of the same things, We want to make a lot of money. We both want to work hard, but we do not want to feel like we're working. We want to be able to help people along the way. We love being able to give and help and, uplift. We want to give our kids tools that we may not have had to start with. We want them to have a head start, so automatically our goals align for life. So that we're going to be able to make our goals align for our business. And we work well together. You and your spouse probably work well together as well. You figured out each other's flows. You know each other's personalities. You know what makes each other tick. So you can use this to your advantage in your business. If he's a morning person and you're a night person, these are schedules that you've become accustomed to and So I would say use the chemistry that you all naturally have, the chemistry that made you all fall in love, to fall in line with your business and to help you propel your business to a better place. The second pro of being in a relationship with the person that you're working with, I would say, is time. We know that time is super valuable. And when you live together, when you're under the same roof, many times, you can really get business done around the clock. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a lot of time. It could honestly be on a whim. You're heading to pick the kids up from school and you guys are in the car together. Something pops up that has to do with business. You don't have to wait to have a business meeting later or to bring up the subject later with a partner who lives somewhere else or who has a busy life. You guys can address the issue right away at that moment. So much value. You wake up in the morning, you can talk business. Before bed, you can talk business. Over breakfast or over dinner, you can talk business. This is valuable because most times if you work with somebody, a friend or somebody else who you're not in a relationship with, you have to specifically carve out times to get together to discuss things. When you live with your partner, you can definitely get ahead and build a stronger business faster because you all have time on your side. You're together anyway, you might as well capitalize on that. The third pro that I would say, and this one is really exciting, is working with your significant other brings you all closer together. It's like the business is a child almost, something that you guys have created from scratch. You know, you're super proud of this. Let's say in the beginning of the year, you set goals and marks that you want to reach throughout the year. As you reach each mark and each goal, it's so much more special when it's with the person that you love. It just goes to show how much more your relationship has to offer you than, you know, just all the beautiful things that a regular relationship would offer you. Like just imagine a wonderful relationship with mad icing on top. The icing is the business, you know, and it helps you to bond and grow. You learn each other's strengths. You learn each other's weaknesses in a different way than you would learn them with it just being your partner. You add another level and another layer to the relationship. Anytime you can add more layers and more textures to a relationship, that's only going to benefit the relationship and help you all to learn and know each other deeper and in a more meaningful way. So I definitely find that working with your spouse brings you closer together. It just helps to solidify and seal a bond that's already naturally there, obviously. Now let's get into some of these cons, because I gotta keep it real. It ain't always sweet all the time. And I would say the biggest con working with your spouse is arguing. You're gonna naturally get into your fights here and there in your relationship, right? And it's awful when you have to get work done, but you're mad at your man. You have an attitude with your boyfriend or with your husband or whoever he is to you. And now you have to work together too. Like, you gotta see his face and you don't even really wanna see his face. That can be frustrating, and it can also hinder the business. You know, if you're annoyed with the person and you don't wanna sit down and talk to them because they hurt your feelings on something totally personal, something totally unrelated, if you weren't working with your significant other, your business venture may be an outlet for you. It may be like, great, I get to leave and not be around you. But if you work with your partner, there's no way out of the arguments. There's no way out of those tense situations. And it is awful. What I will offer you with this con, though, is a tip. If you are working with your spouse and you are going through a tough time, you guys are arguing, and you don't really feel like talking about business, handle business on your own during this time. Write things down that need to get accomplished that takes both of you, if that's the case. But if there's something that you can manage on your own, do that so that the business doesn't suffer, so that business keeps rolling. Maybe you're not gonna meet for your weekly meeting because today you just can't stand him. Still meet, but meet by yourself. Get some work done, make some phone calls. You guys are partners, but partners are two people coming together as one. So each of you bring something to the table. Whatever it is you bring to the table, get it popping during that time so that the business doesn't suffer. You guys are gonna make up, you're gonna come back together. Look, babe, look what I got done. Problem solved. Understand this, because no matter what business you're in, you may have an argument. Just because you're not with your significant other doesn't mean that you're not gonna have issues with your business partner. Issues are always going to arise. So if people tell you, oh, that's a reason why, that's not a reason why you shouldn't get into business with your significant other, because you're gonna disagree and not get along anyway. Might as well be with somebody that you love and respect for life till death do us part. So that's the first con. Arguments can kind of make working with your significant other suck. The second con kind of goes in line with one of the pros, and that is your time can kind of get consumed by the business if you're not careful. So, you know, when I said that time is very valuable and it's great to be able to, you know, just have these spontaneous meetings, that is great, but you must remember balance. You never want it to be a situation where you're at the dinner table and instead of talking with your kids about school, you're talking about work. Where, you know, instead of being in the bed, getting it popping and having pillow talk and talking sexy talk, you're crunching numbers and doing spreadsheets. At the breakfast table, you wake up in the morning and your husband got the computer out with the PowerPoint. Hey, honey, let's get to work. You never want it to get that overwhelming. You're on vacation and you're not even vacating because it's a business meeting all week, baby. Tricked you. No, you never want it to be like that. Remember your balance. Make dinner time family dinner time. Make breakfast time family breakfast time. Now there may be, you know, breakfast when the kids are at school and you guys are just shooting the breeze and talking about a bunch of things and you sneak some business in there. That's great. those are the moments when that's a pro. But if it starts to become a burden and you wake up in the morning knowing, great, I know he's gonna wanna talk business all day, that means that it's too much. So always remember, balance is one of your best friends in life, in marriage. I'm gonna make a specific video about balancing, the balancing act of being a wife, a mom, a business owner, all of those things. So in this situation, just make sure that you maintain your balance. And lastly, I want to give you a tip on how to maintain a healthy relationship while working in business. I think it's important to maintain your outside passions. Okay? So you have your husband, you have your wife, your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever your situation you're in, and then you have the business. All of that is together. That's all together over here. If that's all you have, you really don't have any personal relief or personal outlet for yourself. So it's important to maintain your outside passions, whether that's working out or dance class or yoga or cooking or sports, whatever it is that you love to do. And if you're an entrepreneurial mind, it's also awesome. Maybe have your own side business. That's how it is in my relationship. My husband and I, we run a record label, we put on shows, we produce artists and cut records for them and put the records out. We do so much for Sauce Records. We design merch, we sell merch, we do all of this together. But then I also have my own accessories line, City on the Hill & Co. I make handmade one-of-a-kind earrings. He also has his own engineering business, Wavy Wayne, where he records and puts out videos and works with artists. So even though we work together, we also have our own thing going on that helps us to maintain our sense of self. If you work with your significant other, tell me about it. What are some of your tips? What works? What have you tried that didn't work? Let me know. Share it in the comments below, and let's grow as a community of people who want to work with their spouse and want to have a happy, healthy business and a happy, healthy relationship, because you can have both. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lydia Caesar, the Sassy Wife. Go in love and light.